What's up, everyone? This is Matt, that's Dan, and that's Dave, and you're watching the first episode of Game Punch Weekly. This is going to be a show that we do, hopefully, roughly every week, and we've got some ideas for it. We're going to be doing some game reviews and some, trying out some free games and doing some...
I should have had like a game here that I could punch. Hold on.
Right. Here, no, that's a movie.
Make sure
no, it's not. Dawn of War.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Witcher 3. Nice. But
I got my Fallout 4 Collector's Edition. I could smack.
Yeah, you maybe don't want to punch that. That was a lot of money. But yeah, we're gonna try some things out on this show. But just talk about games, just dudes talking about games, some gaming news, and games that we've played and stuff like that. We got all kinds of ideas. But for now, for today, we're gonna start small. We're going to talk about a couple of pieces of gaming news that we just came across, and then we're going to talk about some stuff that we've played over the holiday break. But let's get into some gaming news first. It was announced today, I believe it was today, that right before the turn of the new year, Activision Blizzard bought MLG, Major League Gaming.
I heard this probably a few weeks ago back on one of Scott Johnson's podcasts.
Okay, well, it was announced today. So
it was rumored. I'm talking about rumored.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I was going to say, I hadn't heard anything solid, but I heard that it was a rumor that it could happen.
Yep.
This was news to me. So, Dan, I don't follow esports and Major League Gaming and that kind of stuff as closely as you do, but explain to me how Major League Gaming, that's just one facet of the entire esports community,
yes.
right?
All right, so let's start off. First of all, it is a new pillar in the Activision Blizzard grouping. So
right.
It's a whole new section called Activision Blizzard Media Networks, and they're purchasing under that title. So MLG now becomes part of that conglomerate underneath Activision Blizzard. So it's its own thing. MLG is just Major League Gaming. That's all it is. It runs a lot of the smaller tournaments. Well, I guess smaller. I guess it's what you like. So they have a lot of contracts with Counter-Strike, which really isn't small, but it's not as big as some of these other tournaments that have been coming out. So you have Counter-Strike, you have Super Smash Brothers, you have I'm trying to find.
Was the Halo one of them?
Halo is one of them. Mm-hmm. They have a bunch of media packs with a bunch of different groups. I can't find it in the article. Oh, High Res with Smite, Sonic with Rocket League, Nintendo with Super Smash Brothers, Counter-Strike with Valve, and whatnot. This is all these titles. And all it is Blizzard saying, we want to keep this alive because it's a company that's been running on its own. It's independent, and it's not running really well. They're keeping the founder. They're keeping everybody in place that are there.
Yeah, they said they had no plans to change anything. They just absorbed everybody that was already working on it.
The whole deal with this is that esports is getting bigger. So esports made $746 million this past year. $748 million this past year is on track to hit $1.9 billion by the end of 2018. So it's a huge market, and it's going to continue to increase, and we've seen that with esports being on ESPN2, with Heroes of the Dorm, and also with Dota 2, and their massive tournament Valve does every year, which is, their grand prize is like $8 million for the first place team. So esports is on the rise. This year, Counter-Strike will be played on TBS as a weekly show. They have a 10-week show.
Oh, that's right.
For the spring to summer, and then another 10-week show set for the fall, following Counter-Strike teams with $1 million payout at the end of each of those. So it's becoming more mainstream than it is right now, and it's going to continue to grow because it's still in its infancy phase right now. MLG is just part of that. Blizzard and Activision have games that play part of that with Activision and Call of Duty. And Blizzard, of course, they are esports. They're esports everything with Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and soon to be Overwatch.
Yeah.
So you have a major company that does a lot of esports, even though they're not part of MLG. It's its own tournament base. But what they're doing is they're bringing this in. They're keeping it alive. They're going to make it bigger. They're keeping MLG.TV, MLG Pro Circuit, all that staying the same. They're going to increase it, and I can see like a lot of these other smaller or other tournaments and things kind of being condensed down into the MLG Sports network, So StarCraft has its own league, Hearthstone has its own league, or Call of Duty plays in its own league. I can see all this finally coming under one name of MLG, and then that is where esports, like ESPN kind of covers all sports. MLG will cover all of esports, kind of thing. That's what I see it being.
That's why I was getting confused. Like I said, I don't follow it as closely. I watched some of the tournaments on Twitch and stuff like that, but I was having trouble figuring out, where does MLG fall in the esports world? Are they like a network? Are they just a
online presence? That's about it.
Is it like
right next to soccer?
Is it like I didn't know if it was like with wrestling? You have the WWE and the WCW. Like, is there two? Are there different factions like that? Or?
Well, there's different leagues. I mean, StarCraft is not part of MLG; they're
Okay.
part of their own league.
Gotcha.
Let's see, like Call of Duty World League (ESL) is their own league. They're not MLG; they're
Okay.
a rival of. But now that Activision owns MLG, most likely ESL will go away, and Call of Duty will go under the banner of MLG.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Because they'll start combining this together. They'll start merging this. This is just the start. They're like, we're starting it. We're going to leave it exactly how it is, but we're going to make it bigger. And I see this as a huge coming together of all esports into one thing. The only problem is, Dota 2 does its big thing over here. LOL, League of Legends does its own thing over here. StarCraft is huge in Korea and China over here. MOBAs are becoming bigger all over the place. You've got to start bringing those bigger titles under the MLG banner, which is what Activision Blizzard said. We're not just going to cut everybody off. This is just going to be Activision Blizzard games. We're bringing everybody that was there in here, and we're trying to make a perfect spot for this to all kind of incubate and become bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, yeah, what would be nice is if this, because I love the thought of esports. I think that video games as a legitimate form of of competitive entertainment. I love the thought of that, and I think it is, like I said, legit, and I would love for it all to be consolidated. So that you have, this sounds a little bit ridiculous, but so bear with me. So that you have the NBA, the NFL, and MLG, which is all of esports. Obviously it's a different type of competition. I'm not trying to compare esports to football.
No.
But it's competitive, and esports you have to be talented. You have to have maybe not necessarily physical athletic talent, but you have to know what you're doing.
It's the same as any sport. I mean, when I watched Dota 2, the final tournament, it's invigorating. There are stories there that you enjoy, just like they do before the Super Bowl, and you have your heartwarming story about this player. Or you watch the Olympics, they boaster all these people. Then you watch the competition, you're excited, you're thrilled. If your team's wins, it's awesome. If they don't, they lose. That's part of sports. It's not just the physical aspect
These guys that play these games. These guys that play these games, I mean, we've watched the tournaments and stuff. They're mentally up there the exact same as Tom Brady or any of those guys, because they have to know, and in fact, they have, I would say, probably more than not, have to figure out a way in and out of situations.
I think it's more of a mental exhaustion that these guys have more than a physical exhaustion.
Well, they have to know strategies, and they have to know the game, and they have to know what works and what doesn't. And there's a lot of, like I said, strategies and tactical maneuvering, and they have to understand what the other team's going to do. So in that case, it's kind of like chess, knowing, being one step ahead of your opponent, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it. Maybe it's not the physical stuff, but they train. They practice, they study. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's that makes me feel like this is legit, and I'm excited for it to come to the forefront. So I'm hoping that this.
I think it'll get bigger. It's going to just continue to get bigger. I see it becoming a popular thing because our generation that's coming up has lived with this now from birth till now, coming into their 20s and 30s. They know video games all the way up through that.
Yeah.
And they know computers, and they know all this stuff on that. It's just kind of an added bonus to that. I don't know. I could see it becoming bigger. But I think it's a good idea. It's an infancy thing. It's just Blizzard bought one of the companies that do these pro sports or do these pro games. They've got it now. They're going to hold on to it. They're going to make it something big, and it'll just grow from there.
And Blizzard, they know how to do things. You know what I mean? They do things right. So I mean, like we talked about with it's kind of the same thing, but Overwatch, like just out of nowhere, this brand new IP, and it's awesome, and they have this whole world, this whole new cast of characters, and they have this whole plan. So Blizzard knows how to do things. You know what I mean? And they know how to do it right. So I think it's in the right hands. I'm excited to join or to play competitive pet battling in WoW. And competitive garrison resource management.
Those are two we're going to see at the forefront of this. That'll be the Saturday night, midnight to 1 a.m. competitions. Like
really, midnight to 1 a.m. that early?
That'll be like the seedy side of MLG.
All night. Yeah, it'll be the USA Up All Night thing. We'll throw it on there and just in some B movie games or whatever.
You don't even win money. You just win. I don't know, like beta keys or something. Which hey, that'd be fine.
So I found another story on GameInformer.com.
Yeah, we did.
And they just did one of their recent shows, one of their episodes for their podcast, and it was going over, the top 5 most anticipated games in 2016 that they see. Which, that's awesome, but in the comments, they wanted people to come through and put out what they're really excited about. We do want to look ahead and kind of give our ideas of what we're anticipating coming out. And I kind of went through a lot of the chat down at the bottom, and I have 3 for sure on my list that I can't wait to hit, but it also brought up another one. So I'll go ahead and just start it.
Okay.
But my most anticipated is The Division. Ubisoft, I cannot wait for that game to come out. It comes out in March, so I'm super excited about that. It's going to be awesome. Second one would be No Man's Sky, which comes out in June, which it looks amazing. The third one, and probably my most anticipated one that I can't quit jonesing for, is Overwatch from Blizzard.
Right.
I know people pour love all over this game, but if you haven't played it, you need to just play it once, and you'll be hooked.
It was so much fun. We played the beta. Was it the close weekend? The closed beta.
I still can't believe you didn't get in that, Dan.
Well, they have more beta. The beta starts back up mid-January, and they're inviting more people.
Yeah,
that thing was. How is it not out? I mean, that beta it ran flawlessly. That thing's ready to go.
Other modes and things like that.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. One of the maps wasn't in there. Stuff like that.
So Overwatch is my number 1, and then finally the other one that I saw through this list that I completely forgot from E3 was what was it, Horizon?
Yes, that's the one that I forgot too. I was looking through the comments and I was like, "Oh, there's number 4." I forgot about that.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4 exclusive. That looks really cool.
Yep.
You're fighting back dinosaurs with a bow.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
Ark?
Eve?
No. Eve? Final Fantasy, there's something like Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, that's been like 14 years coming, but it's not as I hear you. And some other ones. But I'll stop there. Those are my 4. I didn't really have 5, but there's 4.
Well, so you pretty much stole my list for the most part. The Division, I'm super excited about that. We've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But this is another tactical. I'll carefully use the term RPG, but there are RPG elements to it. Yes. I think there's a small sense of MMO feeling, maybe a flavor to it. And it's not an MMO, but that type of thing. And then also tactical stuff. We can get in a world, we can do things and play against other people and that kind of stuff. I'm totally pumped about that. No Man's Sky, I'm not as crazy excited about that. I'm a little scared of that one, that we're all going to get in there and never be able to find each other.
That's probably accurate.
Well, it's an exploration game. It's all about exploration, and if we don't find each other, that's fine.
That is. Wait a second. That is multiplayer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like we could theoretically find each other.
Theoretically, if you could jump light years after light years after light years to
find
each other out of 18 quintillion planets.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sure, we'll run into each other.
Yeah. I mean,
bump into each other down at the 7-Eleven.
So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, definitely when they showed that thing at E3, I was sold right then. I would play it. Overwatch, obviously, I had such a blast playing that one weekend. But the number 1, come on, Uncharted 4, my favorite video game series of all time. I can't really narrow it down, so I'm just saying
Pac-Man?
No, that's number 6. The Uncharted series of games, my favorite games of all time. Uncharted 4. I pre-ordered it. I was a little upset when they said it was pushed back another couple weeks. I played the multiplayer beta from the Nathan Drake collection I got. Oh my gosh, that thing was so fun. That thing was just... I mean, I never played the multiplayer in any of the other Uncharted's, but this one was freaking amazing. It was only 2 maps, and it was so much fun. I could have played it for a long time.
I could have played it for more than just some short time,
right?
But longer as is there.
I'm trying to look through the comments just to see what other people are saying, but those are the big ones for me, man.
All right, Dave, you got any?
Yeah, the Division. I actually have been watching some like gameplay footage of that, the beta and stuff, and it looks really good. Matt must have forgot something.
Hitman.
Yeah.
The new Hitman, the open world. Once if you don't kill the guy, he's gone forever. You figure out however you want to do it. That's another one.
Yeah. That was one. Overwatch, of course. I played the beta a little bit, but I let Dan run with it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you totally used it yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
you just told me about it.
Behind me and told me what to do. Uncharted 4 as one.
That's right, it is.
One that I actually got in on the alpha to test on the alpha and played quite a bit of multiplayer. It was just multiplayer. Was Doom, the new Doom?
Ooh,
Yeah, that was
you did.
Yeah,
here.
and that looks that game is fun. I'm like I said, it was just one level that they had. They just had it open, and you just run through, and you played 10 on 10 and killed everybody, and then that's those are the ones I'm.
Cool.
There's probably a couple other ones that I've seen that I'm interested in, but
there's someone here like people are saying.
No Man's Sky is one that's obvious. I mean,
that's
I mean, that's a given. Matt, don't listen to Matt. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm just saying, I'm not,
People are saying Star Citizen. I don't know if it'll be out by next year. That may be Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't think that's out by the.
Well, I was going to say, Final Fantasy VII is that one that you're excited for, but
yes, but
will it be out this year?
No. Zelda for Wii U, yes, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda. I've never gotten into the Mass Effect.
I couldn't get into Mass Effect. Any of them. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
Gears 4, I hope is out at the end of next year. Maybe, maybe not. I love the Gears series. I know Matt does too.
I love Gears.
So there's a few more. Deus Ex has a new one coming out. I've never really touched this. Maybe Ghost Recon Wildlands is out by the end of next year. I don't know though.
You mean this year? It's already 2016, Dan.
Oh, sorry. with the Division coming out, there's a huge release, and then they're looking to do Watch Dogs 2. I don't know. And then Assassin's Creed's already been bumped to 2017. They're not doing one this year, which was announced.
Right.
Because Watch Dogs 2 comes out. So I don't know if that'll make the list, and be out. But that'll be cool if it does.
Yeah, Ghost Recon, what's it called again? I always forget the name.
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah, Wildlands. Dude, that one.
Open world, do whatever you want. Go do, all that
And
jazz.
if that one is this year, that one would be on my list too, but I'm not holding my breath.
Let's see, Dark Souls 3, of course, that's always good for a lot of fans of RPGs. But that's a few of the others.
Ratchet and Clank, the new Ratchet and Clank. That thing's going to be awesome.
Mirror's Edge 2.
I love Ratchet and Clank.
So yeah, there you go. Cuphead, which is a cool little retro.
Yeah, it looks like the old
game.
Mickey Mouse, old 30s cartoons or whatever.
Yep, that comes out this year too. So yeah, there's a good list of games.
This is a good year. This is going to be a good year for games if half of these come out this year.
Let's hope. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of times lately it's been,
I'm sure a couple of them will be bumped for some whatever reason.
of course, which is fine. I'm okay with them doing that as long as the game comes out. That's good, because I think gamers are getting tired of the broken game coming out. So if you got a bump,
or in the stylings of Silent Hills.
right, or
Just doesn't even come out at all.
Right. We're going to wrap up the show. With what we want to do each week with these is we don't want to make them too long. We just want to throw a little bit of gaming stuff out there. Like I said, we have some other ideas for stuff we're going to do in the future, but just for now, we're just going to talk a little bit more about some of the stuff we've been playing over the holiday break while we've been out of work and on and off. And I'll start off. I have been, since Christmas especially, I have been playing. It would have been cooler if I held the box up. Oh yeah, here you go. Been playing a little bit of Just Cause 3.
Never heard of it.
That is, the reviews for this aren't super 100% positive, but they're mostly pretty good. And I will say, my personal quick review is this game is a lot of really good dumb fun. It's nothing.
What do you get to do with it, man? I have not played any of the Just Cause games.
I played a little bit of 1 and 2. I never really finished them, either one of them. But this one, it's. I'm going to compare it a little bit to GTA.
Okay.
It has that same flavor. You can steal cars and helicopters and planes and stuff like that. It has a little bit more gunplay and explosions and things like that. There's races, there's challenges you can do, shooting challenges and flying challenges and parachuting challenges and all these kind of challenges. There is basically you're essentially the story. It's kind of a there's not much of a story, but you're trying to liberate this country basically, and you do play through a story, and it can get a little bit repetitive. You have to go through and you have to liberate these towns, and once you liberate so many towns, you liberate an entire province, and once you liberate so many provinces, you liberate an entire region. And you do that just by traveling to these towns and blowing up stuff, literally blowing up stuff, blowing up the bad guys' fuel tanks and their satellite dishes and their police stations and stuff like that. And it really is, it's the same thing over and over and over, which makes me think of the first Assassin's Creed, which is the most repetitive game ever, and I hated it. But this game is as fun as you want to make it. So there are probably 1,001 different ways to liberate these towns, to blow up stuff. You could go in and just shoot everything with a gun. You could go in and throw grenades at everything. You could try to crash cars into stuff. There's not really a stealth component, but you can do a lot of different things, and it's good fun. You could even not play through the story, just travel around and just try to do random things. So I was playing with the boy the other night, and he was having fun attaching cars to helicopters, lifting them up in the air, and then dropping the car with the driver inside and watching it explode. There's just all it's open world. There's just all kinds of stuff you can do. It's great. I mean, I played it for 4 hours straight the other day, or you can sit down and play it for 20 to 30 minutes and blow at some stuff, and then relieve some stress. So the graphics are great. The gameplay is great. I recommend it. I like it. It's good, just dumb fun. It's you can check your brain at the door. It's what a game's supposed to be. It's just fun to play. That's pretty much it.
There you go. Awesome. I've been wanting to get it just to have. I've needed another shooter.
Yep.
Since the one that we play is a tactical one all the time, and I'd like to have one that's just a twitch shooter.
That's exactly what this is. Yeah.
So let's just roll that into what we've been playing a lot of lately, and this is as a group. Rainbow Six: The Siege, or Rainbow Six Siege, that we have been fun. It is. Mm-hmm. It really is. We played the beta right before it was released on that weekend. I think me, Matt, and Opie, Matt, or myself. No, Tim, Matt, and myself all played it, right, and had a blast. And was telling everybody they needed to get it and play with us, and it'd be fun. We ended up all buying it, and it is super, super fun. There are still issues, and Ubisoft's been very upfront about them, and they've posted on their Reddit and on their official site explaining those issues and been working on them as quickly as possible. So there's still some connection issues and problems here and there with disconnected games, but it is a lot of fun. It's the first Rainbow Six that I've ever really gotten into, and I've heard a lot of people who are huge fans of it. You can choose up to 9 different characters who all have different abilities when either breaching or protecting, and it's a team of 5, and it's online play. Either it's against terrorists and you're a group of 5 playing them, or you're doing online multiplayer matches
Matt
and getting ranked
shooting you in the head, or Tim killing you with his
friendly fire.
So.
Friendly fire is on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it does such a wonderful job of making everything you use easy to use. If you're breaching or deciding to come in through windows or rappel or use grenades or use different weapons or any of these other types of equipment, the cameras and things like that, it's very simple to pick up and play. It's difficult to master because strategies change all the time and situations will switch on you all the time. And I don't know. We have had a lot of fun doing it, and I'll let these guys talk a little bit more.
It's fun. It's fun playing normal mode. To me, it's even more fun playing hard, because hard mode you have to actually play. You actually have to think, because these guys, they come in from everywhere, and you have to master the your character that you're playing to actually beat these guys. It's not just we'll just set it to hard and just make it a little bit more difficult. It's actually, I mean, it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've actually played a game that is actually, I mean, I've been playing the scenarios and stuff by myself, but yeah, honestly, it was a game that I didn't think I would pick up, and just listening to you guys play it, I was like, I'll try it. So I got it, and I've been playing it quite a bit.
But yeah, it's a game that's tactical. You can't go in guns blazing. You have to make a situation. We've tried, guys. We have tried to go in guns blazing.
We tried to go in guns blazing,
and everybody dies. So you have to be tactical and have to move as a group and have to work together, or you will fail. And it's just going to happen. But the funny thing is, even if you fail, you're like, oh, man, we almost had it. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Because the matches are so short, and you can jump right back into them. So it's a lot of fun. It's got replayability out, just galore. You have tons of different options of characters to choose from. You're ranking up within Ubisoft, which is opening up things there through Uplay. I know Uplay and Origin and all these other guys get a lot of fuss from everybody because it's not Steam, and they have their own thing. You have to, if you bought it on Steam, you have to sign into Steam, and then you sign into Uplay, and then all this jazz. But Uplay has been perfectly fine for us, and we've had no issues.
But we've had
we've had issues on connections, but I don't think that's through you play, I think that's through Rainbow Six itself.
It could be. Overall, I don't hate Uplay the way everybody else does, and I don't hate Origin the way everybody else does either. No. We have had some connection issues, and there's a weird thing where Tim never shows online to me, and I have to join. Everybody has to join his game, and then I join them. I don't know. It's weird, but we figured out. I mean, we work through it, and it's no big deal. And we get into the game, and we forget about it. So let me ask you this though: there's a lot of skepticism though about the game, or a lot of people kind of bashing him because is it really worth $60? Is there enough game there for $60? I mean, there's no single player whatsoever. There's not that many maps. And there's not that many different scenarios.
That's not true at all. There's single player mode. It's in the scenarios.
Barely.
Situations.
Barely.
Situations.
That's more of a tutorial. That's more of an extended tutorial, really.
It is, but there's ways to play
there's
that.
No story. Yeah. There's no story or anything.
Well, true, but it's still an offline version of that where you can go in and you can play through 3 different difficulty levels and try to 3-star out everything on each of those, getting those challenges finished. And that's not going to take an hour or two. That's going to take a little while to do that.
I'm only done 3 of them.
But don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what other people said.
I understand that. The $60 value it is your choice to make that decision.
Yeah.
As a player, as a gamer, you have to make the decision. Me, I would never buy God of War 3 for the simple fact that it's an 8-hour game and it's done for $60. I couldn't do that just to justify the time played. But Matt can. He can do that because of the enjoyment he had in it or the time that he gets to play it. He doesn't have as much free time as I do to sit down and play a game. So an 8-hour game would last him a month and a half, so it's justified.
I can stretch out an 8-hour game pretty long,
The money cost comes down to the person that's making that decision, and it's always up to you. And do you see value in it? Is it an enjoyable time for you and your friends to play together? Us, as we've been playing, we totally feel the $60 values there for the characters you get, the unlocks you get, the leveling. Just playing as a team, we've had a blast doing.
Plus, we didn't pay $60 for it. I me.
No, we bought it on sale.
Games like this is always on sale, especially PC.
Yeah, keep an eye on istthereanydeal.com. You put your game in there.
Value. Yeah, you can set a value for the game. If it drops below this value from any of these sites that sell games, then let me know and notify me, and I'll go and purchase it.
Put the game in and it'll just email you anytime it's on sale.
Yeah. So you'll find even if you go to Green Man Gaming and just use their 20% discount on the game, you're not paying $60 for it.
Is it plus is it the kind of game you enjoy? Are you more into shooters like this? Do you like RPGs? Do you like racing games? I mean, it's all about what you enjoy. I probably enjoy Just Cause 3 more than a lot of people because that's my type of game.
Yeah, exactly. So there's nothing wrong with that. You play what you like. Everybody does. So you have to make that justification for a cost by yourself. If you're buying it for a console and you're trying to justify that just for you to play, it might not be your game because if it's just you, it's a little bit harder if you don't have friends playing with you. If you do have a group of guys who are looking for a game to play, this is an awesome game to play as a team.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, we've had a blast with it. We've played it a lot.
We're still not done with it, and we love playing it every weekend. So, we're always on playing it. So, I think that's it, guys.
Yep.
I think that ran the gamut of the show. I hope you like our pilot episode of Game Punch. We'll probably rotate people in and out, just so you know that. There'll be people coming in and out here and there to share their thoughts on different games and different articles and things like that as we go through. You can find us on youtube.com/nerdpunch, where the videos will be posted. You can always go to our Twitch channel, which we're trying to do on Thursdays and Friday nights for sure to be on, so you can see us there playing. It's twitch.tv/nerdpunch. You can always just go to our website, nerdpunch.com. You can email us at nerdpunch@gmail.com and follow us on Twitter at nerdpunch. And we'll on Twitter's probably the best way because we kind of respond there and we'll let you know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And you'll have a heads up on all this stuff. And who knows, we may do the show live sometimes. We may do pre-recorded like we're doing tonight. So it just depends.
We got some ideas, but we're going simple for the first one.
Yep. And just one more thing I want to say here at the end. We have a big event coming up February 20th. We're doing a 24-hour live stream of gaming for Extra Life to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. We're doing it for the one down in Chattanooga, which Matt has taken his son to, and it's the one that we know the best, probably out of the group that we're working with this time. And all money raised here will go to them. And we also know they're building a new wing, for what Matt was saying, so this will be money going to their hospital. We are going to be on 24 hours that day, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right.
That will run
It's a Saturday
morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time on the 20th till Sunday morning, 9 a.m. We are going to be on there, and we'll be having fun. We're going to be crazy and belligerent, and probably towards the end of it, really tired, but we're planning on having a great time. We're going to have lots of our friends on, lots of people popping in and out all day long.
We hope to have some giveaways.
We will have giveaways. We're hoping to have a lot of giveaways.
Right.
But if you can give from $1 to 50 cents to $100, come by, link through our page, give through us, and we would appreciate it. And anybody who gives, we're trying to build up gifts every hour to give away. So whoever is able to give during that hour will get a chance to win an item. And all this goes to the Extra Life. All this goes to the Miracle Children's Network Hospital. Yeah. And it all goes there. We're not any of this for us. We're going to give it a shot and see how well we do. So we hope you guys come by and check it out.
Definitely. We'll remind you over the course of the next several weeks leading up to it. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think we can do it.
Yeah,
we're going to drink a lot of Red Bull.
Yes. It'll be fun. But I think that's it.
Yep.
Are we good?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.